Ken and Vin know how to play with it, and it will allow them to play a play style wherein they can pressure Kyrie early on or try to pressure Kyrie.
Yeah. And later, if Melissa is not getting banned on the second phase, I think Melissa will be a good hero too.
Yeah, they can
because
pick it
they
up.
already have the Franco and Baoxia.
Yeah. If ever that's the case, then Bigatron go in the second phase. If Melissa, they want to pick Melissa, they have to make sure they ban out the Lancelot though. If ever Kyrie hasn't shown his pick yet.
It is my mission.
Okay.
Oh, but they're the one picking up the Lancelot, and they're trying out this this Dire-Up again. And again, this is for sure going to be in the EXP, and this time Onic doesn't seem like they're just like, oh yeah, these three heroes, we're just picking up the Bane.
Yeah.
No hesitations at all.
Yeah, they picked that up so fast. It's like, again, Coach Yeb, Onic, they already know how Bigatron want to draft. And maybe that's why also Bigatron aren't drafting the picks that have helped them shine in the playoffs so far, because they knew, okay, we got to shake things up. But then here's Onic, one step ahead. Oh, here's a Bane. It's still, there is still a chance with what we're seeing here for BTR to take the win here. But again, these just still need to remember, okay, if they have a high damage dealing EXP later, high damage dealing very mobile jungler, they need a roamer that can really help control, that can dish out the crowd control to create space.
Even without the stopper, they are still respecting the 1-1 from Saken.
Yeah.
Yeah, because on the last game, I think Bigatron does very well when Saken do the combo with the Baoxia, Franco, and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right now, looking into the situation, I feel like Kyrie will have at least 3 damage items on this Bane.
Yes.
Even just 3 damage items on the Bane kind of doesn't feel good for any kind of marksman, because the bounce coming in from the Crab Claw cannon, even though it doesn't increase with the bounce, but both the first person hit and the second one gets hit is like what? Has a 200% damage modifier on it.
Yep.
And that hurts quite a lot. Like, what kind of... Okay, I was about to say, if Onic let Melissa go, that's probably the best pick, just because with the Inspire, even though you're like, what, 20% HP left, Melissa's one of those heroes that can get back to 100%.
Yeah.
Really, but now that it's not there anymore, what are the options that you have?
At this point, it's a
probably.
Beatrix. They need that wave clear. They need someone who can potentially poke Beatrix, and then they're just gonna this is gonna put so much pressure on Vin this
Dude,
time.
this is gonna be a crazy pick, but I'm also thinking the craziest pick is like a Moskov, man.
Yeah.
Yep, but either than Moskov, I think if they want to fly the high ground marksman, they can pick the Leslie. Because Bane will gonna facing a hard time to catch Leslie using the deadly catch.
Yeah.
But the Leslie will have a hard time against the Uranus.
It will. Wow, Bigatron. It seems like every time we see the draft, there's Onic just always feels one step ahead.
I mean,
no other way to paint it.
This is what happens when two coaches know each other very well. And it looks like Coach Yep knows Aldo more than Aldo knows Coach Yep.
Yeah. Let's see if this is going to be a Franco. If this is a Franco Lance, it wouldn't probably be the same Franco game coming in from Vin. I'd rather see him go on a Grok here, because that Franco can get interrupted by the knockup from the Bane Deadly Catch, but it's still going to be a Franco. But here's Bigatron bringing something to the table that AP Bren brought against Onic. Now it's a Clint.
Very interesting. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
The only thing is, can he actually catch up? Because having Sans on the Eve makes it very difficult for you to enter the fight. Doesn't matter what role you're playing. So I really want to see how they're going to handle Sans on the Eve, making it easier or making it possible for Saken to do a lot with this Clint. Because whether you like it or not, you need items on the Clint. Say like 2 items, you can kind of join the fight, but you won't like insta-burst anyone yet. 3, 4 could do well, and now Keyboy.
Wow.
Hear the crowd. They're like, okay, all 9 other heroes, we kind of don't care. Keyboy's on the show, and you know what? I'm going to let the casters have fun with this one. You guys can have it.
We definitely will have it, and by it, we mean fun. The Clint comes right out of BTR, and Onic, bring in an old favorite in Keyboy showing, of course, the Bane. Folks, my name is Leo, here on Desk with Miracle, and we're bringing you game number 3. The big red robots still can't score up against Onic.
It's always a blast to see the best Cho in the world pick up the Cho. And here he is, Keyboy on the Cho once again. And in the Grand Finals, what's a better occasion than the Grand Finals to pull off your signature hero, Leo?
And what makes this worse for BTR specifically is the fact that, yeah, much like in Game 2, oh no, the amount of damage that they put on the board is sound, right? But the entry and the transitions from phase to phase of the game, and of course engagements, aren't as clean.
Not at all. We'll see how they utilize this draft. I mean, they already prioritized a lot of physical defense, or damage rather, early on in the draft. And here in the Land of Dawn, they're trying to fight. They're trying to utilize the best offense as defense.
All right. You see here a purple start for both Kyrie and Super Ken. Something to note, even if Keyboy does get his hands on the Cho, check it out. In the hands of Super Vin, the Franco. There's a reason why it was called Franco Man.
Good hook onto Kyrie, delaying his clear just a bit, giving Super Ken a bit more space. Now, as you can also see, Boots trying his best on the Uranus to do what he does best, distract as well. Chorizo's not letting that happen though. Keyboy jumps into the shampoo earlier, not able to find it. Now Vin might be forced to flick around, some more damage, and he should fall. But he keeps it, stays calm.
Oh.
Iron Hook doesn't connect.
All right. I think half of Super Vin's mind was just saying, hey, if I die, I die. And Keyboy understands that, he knows that he can thread the needle, maybe force something out, something else from Super Vin. And now Super Ken farming up. Moreno gonna try to punish Keyboy for overstaying his welcome. The bottom lane matchup is about similar to what happened in Game 2, right? It's still the Dairoth versus the Uranus.
Yeah. Boots here gonna be able to have an okay time. I mean, Chorizo does bully him, but as long as Boots just sticks to the minions, there's not really much that Dairoth can do alone here. Needs to wait for the Lancelot to rotate down below. Now, Super Ken's doing exactly that. Maybe looking for some damage to ultimately go for the kill. Phantom Execution only onto the gold buff. Boots steals it! Oh, man!
Those ionic edges, the numbers really go for him. Now Boots in trouble. Does not have a consecration to call his own for this first turtle take. 2 minutes in, Kyrie with the pull.
No Abyssum Strike earlier from Chorizo, but that resource will be up for the next fight. Keyboy now getting chunked by Chorizo. Abyssum Strike, plus the Thorn Rose. Keyboy can be able to flicker around, and that's the red tree with the deadly catch from Kyrie. RWM locking Super Vin down right now as he walks out of the mobility field. 1-0 Onic.
Oh, fancy feet on both Onic and Bigatron there in that turtle take, but clear dub goes over to Onic. Both teams understood that, hey, if we're not gonna get any kills, at least make it a clean exit for our core heroes, and it was a close call, especially for Keyboy there, who has been just up. All 3 minutes of this game, he's been up, and he's been giving BTR hell.
I've got a question for you, Leo.
Yeah?
We saw Sheriff Marco yesterday. They fell to these outlaws in Onic. Can Sheriff Sakin, the new sheriff in town, take control of the situation?
Well, I reckon with the help of Deputy Vin, it should be an easy go. This time around they have a decent amount of peel, but they have more damage, so they might be using that damage as a deterrent. Again, it's not the traditional peel you're looking for. Between a Uranus and a Dairoth here, you kind of want the Uranus covering your back, right? So maybe this is the kind of the difference in approach, the creativity that Bigatron Alpha can make use of to make a better Clint work. But here's a kick coming in.
Wade the Dragon, Super Vin getting bitten by the Sharks. Thorn Rose coming down. Moreno steals away the RWM, but isn't able to utilize it. Onic now on the board with first blood. Sakin buys the Endless Battle.
Oh, that's early item there. He's just greeted out, man. He's, again, despite the difficult time that Bigatron Alpha are having, he makes this call and he says, justice ain't gonna be served if I don't do this, right? So the early Endless Battle, dealing with respectable amount of damage despite being down about 1,000 and change. Moreno gets his book on him, Enchanted Talisman. So I expect Sakin here to pick up his own pair of boots very, very soon, because rotations aren't gonna happen very well for them. There it is.
Yeah. I still think it's a bit more respect though. Because, oh, wait. Super Vin now getting the Iron Hook. Not really gonna commit with a Bloody Hunt. He doesn't have the Bloody Hunt, actually. And Onic understands the situation. They basically pushed Bigatron off of this turtle.
And there's an RWM from Moreno. One from Stans.
Oh, with a flicker as well. Don't Rose coming out, but it's still Kyrie who wins the retreat battle. Torizo's caught all alone. Has to run away. Keyboy looking for a cheeky little Jeet Kune Do. Up top, it's a 1v1. Back to my point. Endless battle, first item. A bit different. Super Marco yesterday on the Clint built BOD in both games. First item. Utilizing that snowball. So this is already a bit more respect. Sustain and true damage.
Yep. And all the more he's going to need it because he is rocking Weapon Master. So the bigger numbers actually benefit you. This whole passive and the spread of damage is not going to work. Now Torizo dives in. What was he thinking?
Oh, Onic.
What was he thinking?
He was trying to defend, but yeah, I agree with you. The base was just long gone at that point of the game. At that point, HB bars, Super Bin, getting kicked back. What an nature, gonna be canceled out. Now Iron Hook connects, but Keyboy stays alive. Sans picks up the kill. Wow, Onic.
They're punishing Bigatron Alpha for these odd decisions, and the timing couldn't have been any better. Stalkin, though, puts up an RWM of his own, and they will do their best to defend. A push in mid by Super Ken. What?
Trying his best to clear out the mini waves, but this is something that Onic does really well that I've been noticing, especially in game number 3 here. They utilize vision in a different way. They don't show up in the map just to give the other members on Bigatron Alpha. Oh, wait, a dragon! Keyboy!
And that's what you buy, right? Vision. They didn't know that there was that much damage coming in from Onic. And as far as Bigatron Alpha was concerned, Onic wants to protect this tier 1 up top, but not going to be quite so as it falls.
It's not just them punishing with the vision that they have, but it's also them punishing with Bigatron Alpha's blind spots. Onic will hide from these vision spots to give Bigatron Alpha a false sense of security.
And now, there's a bite down on Keyboy.
Oh, Abyssal Strike just dodged away. Torizo now taken now. Munched up, spat on by Kyrie. On the Bane socket, the Sheriff is down, Leo.
Oh, Lord. I reckon this ain't looking good. Super Big gets a hook.
No bloody hunt though. Kyrie with a deadly catch. Now he falls. Moreno was able to take him down, but Keyboy kicks him back to Sans. Will he be able to survive? Sans dealing the damage. Moreno stealing the RWM. Survives and now is looking for a trade back, but decides to not commit.
What a tarnation! Onic is the one who got punished. To be fair, Onic was the one who overstayed their welcome, and that led to Kyrie falling underneath this tier 1 in mid. And you always have to respect, Super Vins of Franco. And that's something that Onic, again, despite how well they were doing. Oh, wait, Boots? Oh, Boots!
No bloody hunt, my goodness, Boots!
Well timed. And that's a stolen purple buff.
Yeah.
Boots.
Good guy Boots, man. You don't really see him. Tells his team to be careful. Heck, he even told BTR to be careful when he got hooked. He was like, hey, are you guys sure you want to take this?
All 4 of you, watch out, there's a Boots coming in. And with that, a whole commotion in the purple buff has bought Onic another free turtle.
What?
Last one for the game.
Is that how desperate Bigatron Alpha are getting? Super Ken is forced to build utility.
It's hybrid. At best, it's hybrid. At worst, he is, yes, going to have to revert to pre-patch Lancelot.
Oh, Thunderbelt and the War Axe.
Again, Miracle, it's the lack of peel. I tried to look at it from the bright side and say, hey, yeah, they're going to deal a lot of damage so that Sheriff Sakin can actually do work, but it's not working so far. 8 minutes in.
No. Oh, good Iron Hook with Bloody Hunt coming down. Abyssal Strike as well. Keyboy now with the way the Dragon brings Torizo back. He flickers out to safety, but the real world manipulation stops him down. Super Ken looking for a triple. Deadly catch. Unable to catch Mr. Ken. Bigatron Alpha backing off, equalizing on the board just a bit.
Hey, doesn't he deserve the super in that last moment? Got a couple of kills over for Bigatron Alpha. Solid work here. And you can see now how, even if it's not Sakin on top, right? Super Ken is making bank here as compared to the rest of his team. The whole map will not tell you the story of what's going on because so far it's looking blue. What's going on?
The gold earned here. It's actually pretty interesting that Super Ken, despite 3 turtles going to Onic, despite Onic who've been dominating, it's still him up there. Keyboy with the Dragon, no canceled out. Keyboy not going to be punished by Sheriff Sakin. Super Ben gets out of harm's way. Bounce, neutralize. Torizo not going to give Kyrie that angle.
A free pickoff. Keyboy down and they're forcing it.
flicker, and now it's gonna be Kyrie who's gonna be caught. CW in the back line with a blazing duet. Sorizo flickers out. A some strike canceled by CW, taking his life. 2 for 2.
And now they continue to dance. With Kyrie's absence, Super Ken goes ahead and commits Grand Theft Orange. This Lord is as close to 50-50 as it gets. Now he meets up with Sans and Boots. This is what you get with the utility.
Wait.
Lancelot, man of execution!
Despite the flicker, he still finds the angle, punishing Sans. His first death in this game. CW, the only remaining Kage who is deathless.
This is difficult. Looking at Onic, they're playing with a very small lead, and most fights that Bigatron Alpha call for, at least in the past couple of minutes, have been going their way. There's a fight down!
Bloody hot, and that's Keyboy with Raider Dragon taking Super Finn out. Let's rebattle Super Ken versus Kai, and it's Super Ken who finds it. Now Sorizo falls, but Super Ken again jumps back in, and it's the Sheriff who's now in town.
Bang, bang! And they're going on still. RWM!
Coming down, but Super, without the Super, it's just Saken takes the double kill.
3 for 3. But the headline, Bigatron Alpha scores a massive Lord.
Wait.
Oh, wait! CW finds Moreno a strangler.
The Outlaws are still able to find an advantage despite a messy team fight. And now Bigatron Alpha, they're the ones on the back seat, on the back foot, despite having the Lord.
All right, if that didn't happen, if CW didn't find Moreno there, this would have been all BTR, even with the trades and all. But right now, name of the game is for Onic to recover parts of the map. Yes, they still have a gold lead. Yes, they have been punishing BTR where they can. But so far, BTR are reading the room so well. BTR are finding these pickoffs in, a few key items right there. Radiant Armor and Super Vin, and Saken gets his BOD.
BOD, definitely a power spike for Saken. Taking a look at the gold difference though. Oh, Boots walking him down. Now Keyboy as well with the conceal onto the back. Saken, he's gonna have to dodge away from this, and he does. But Chorizo's the one. He's the target. He gets brought back to the team, and now eaten up by Kyrie. Meanwhile, mid lane, tier 2 falling. Super Ken's looking for a split push. He'll be able to threaten these base turrets, but Onic respond.
And now, here in the purple buff, Kyrie spots Super Ken. He steals away the purple buff right in front of Kyrie's nose.
So, Bigatron Alpha, what do you think here, Leo? Did they get what they needed to get with that Lord advantage?
Yes, but not in the way I thought they would. Even in the draft, even before this game started, looking at their lineups, it was clear that their winning image was a hell of a lot of firepower and some semblance of shock and awe. They really wanted to just pick off people, and if you wanted to engage in a 5v5, sure, but only after we get 1 or 2 down. And that's reflected on the map. And so far, Super Ken building hybrid here. This is exactly what he needs.
Look at Keyboys waiting for the way the Dragon play. Doesn't find the angle. Super Ken able to dodge away from the target zone. And that's Onic who finds a free tier 2 up top.
What makes this scarier for Onic, who has again been so clean, the hook on the Boots.
Iron hook and a bloody hunt. Now Boots, taken out. Sheriff Saken with his friendly, helpful deputy.
But I was saying, what makes this all the more scary is even if Bigatron Alpha aren't winning as many fights as they want to, they know that their out is on the map. They know that they can, with the mobility that they have, compared to Onic whose movements so far here in the mid to the late game are so honest. You said they were playing with Vision earlier, right? Where'd that plan go? It looks like now they're responding to BTR's movements.
Yeah, it feels like now it's Bigatron Alpha who are making the proactive moves through Super Ken. He's been the one making these openings. He's been the one creating these opportunities. Now it's a proactive move with the conceal play. Keyboy in the back, so Rizzo jumping onto him, forcing him back.
Saken here from the angle. Sounds with the RWM.
Super Ken gonna be knocked up, and it's Sheriff Saken who secures the Lord, and even Kyrie falls! Saken looking for one more shot. Finn with a flanker forward to the iron hook, but it will not find anyone. Moreno with a splash. CW forced back.
He got terrified there. If only the hook was off, if Super Vin was in range, CW would have gotten shut down, get bitten down, and this would have been all the worse for Onic. Talking about a deadly ricochet, that's what scored Bigatron Alpha, this luminous Lord, and they're gonna make their marks on the map. They are going to get inside Onyx base.
Good BMI, dodging away with the Iron Hook. Look at Keyboy. Keyboy looking for an angle to find a flank. Superkin spots him. Saken has built up that Berserker's Fury. Another power spike. Boots taking a half HP. Base turret mid lane falling. Iron Hook missing.
Use the zone. They're forcing out these old spans. Gets bursted down.
Taken out, deadly catch to disengage, but it's a bit late. Wow, that damage. Saken takes a whole lot. Now he has to respect it. Oh, Moreno! Where the Dragon Beam moves back, a missile strike connects, but Kyrie still able to utilize his Bane, this damage. Saken now cutting back, flickers back.
And the Sky Kings kick him out. They pop Vin's immortality. Look at 10.
Oh, Moreno! He waits for the right time and they collapse on Kyrie.
Now it's a 2v3. Can they defend? Onic are focused on clearing the waves. Ken, Saken, and Vin here to try and find an end. Can they do it? No.
Oh. Wow. Game 1, Game 2, domination. The Onic era. But in Game 3, Bigatron Alpha, they've taken their time to come back in the game. Now, I would say they're in the lead.
For the first time in this best of 7, Bigatron Alpha seem like the Terminators that they've always been all throughout the playoffs. They're calling the shots here, much like Arnold. Look at this team fight once more.
Cerezo, I think we have to just put our eyes on Cerezo. He was
him.
recalling. He wasn't even looking for the fight, but then Onic kind of forced him to fight, and Cerezo fought.
Yep, and again, you can't do that just in the moment. There was a premeditated move there. So Cerezo, great communications with the rest of BTR, and I'm liking it. This is actually done more than make up for that moment down bottom and for what's happening so far in the series. If Bigatron Alpha gets in here, that definitely tilts the scales for momentum. Definitely a wake-up call for Onic. This isn't an Indo versus Indo Grand Finals for nothing. This is the best MLBB that we have in the world right now. Lord spawning in 3 seconds. Purple scored over. Onic at least able to secure it. Gives it over to Kyrie. Now BTR saying let's dance.
16-14, gold lead. 17 minutes in, still, Bigatron Alpha can utilize it. Iron Hook, not connecting. Keyboy getting a proper position to look for a flank. It's all about finding Saken.
Oh, do note, Super Vin and Moreno have an amazing bush here. The control, the vision, the angle that they have. CW2, you hear the conceal.
Keyboy with the Dragon. Oh, Super Ken gonna be caught right there, but he buys the immortality in time. Kyrie with retribution on the Lord.
And down goes Ken. Trade it up for CW, they're still going.
Saken running away with an nature bomb. Super Saken, oh my goodness. Almost able to outplay the situation, but Kyrie knows better than to go for a fight with a Lord secured.
2 for 3 here. Onic, once more, back in the driver's seat, able to win that Lord fight. It was their pool. It was their sharks. They sent on over, and they almost shut down Sheriff Saken. That was so close.
Very.
Imagine the gold that they would have gained from there, even more than they already have now. They've closed the gap. Hell, they even have a gold lead of their own.
And now Keyboy, once again, every single time he does those moves, it just makes everyone on Bigatron Alpha respect it. It was so much respect.
Yep. Again, a good friend of ours. We call him the moves and the grooves. We miss you, Joseph. And with that, Onic are slowly but surely orchestrating a tri-lane push. Left that Lord up top. And down bottom, they have a big fat wave coming in as well. This Tier 2 ain't looking like it's gonna stand for long.
No, it isn't. Tier 2 falling right as you say it. Now, the Lord. 18 minutes in, Stone has Lord. Technically, Keyboy, conceal. Twilight armor, bot, deadly catch as well. They're looking for the siege. Unable to find it just now. Ooh, what was that damage? Was that a shot from Saken that took CW that low?
Yep, looking like it. And that is a fully built Clint. Wind of Nature, Berserker's Fury, Blade of Despair, Malefic Roar, Endless Battle, and a whole lot of attitude. So far, Saken here has been playing the role of Sheriff the best way you could. And that's what bought them this position. That's what bought them this time, 19 minutes in. There's been a rally back and forth of who's in control. And here, I have to say, even if Onic has lost all of their inhibitors, it's as close to 50-50 as it gets. Now they catch Supervin with a kick.
His immortality going to be gone instantly now, and that's a collapse. There's no way they survive. They get him out of that one. Moreno steals the deadly catch, falls back. 40 seconds on the death timer is perfectly timed, literally, for the Lord.
Yep. So good news and bad news is BTR, they're not going to be a full 5-man unit coming into this next Lord. It's an evolved Lord, folks. But good news is Supervin will be back for the defense, at least, and it's not TikTok timers. This is waiting to just become a big engage. Sharks come out, and RWM as well.
T-Boy in the back with a dragon. Oh my god, T-Boy! Onto Saken!
He pops them, so he's into trouble too!
One minion coming down. Cannon minion, can they defend? They cleared it out right now with Plan of Execution used up. It's not going to be enough though. Onic are still on in the base. No minions. It's regenerating fast enough. Moreno against the world.
The juggle of Kyrie. He knew he was taking too much damage. Picks up an immortality here. Big wave, just 2 defenders left. Vin and Moreno.
Supervin holding it back. Moreno! Still able to find stuns. 2 minions coming down. Deadly catch. The base wide open. Onic secured match points.
One more game. One more game until Onic call it a night. The closest BTR have ever come to making these Sky Kings bleed. Still resulting in naught.
The best toe in the world. T-Boy does not disappoint. When his team needed him the most, he kicked Saken back to the Outlaws.
I can only imagine what's going on in the minds of Bigatron Alpha. There's so much they have to do, so much resetting, so much to contemplate on as they go back to the drawing board. But for now, we're gonna